Hey everyone, it's Terrarium Zinti, and I've heard some people say that the rain mix fertilizer is burning the root tips of some of their plants, while others are saying no, it's fine, it's perfect. Myself, I've had some mixed results, and I do think I know the cause now. I want to show you some of my plants first. So I'm going to show you the plants that didn't have any problems with the rain mix formula. This plant is in semi-hydroponic method. It needs to be watered, but as you can see, it doesn't have any burnt root tips. There are some bad roots in there, but it's not because of the fertilizer, it's just because that's this plant. Ooh, there's a broken root. I need to take that out. Same story. The roots look really good. The root tips are fine. They're not burnt. If you're wondering, this plant has brown fuzzy roots naturally. There's one. Another one. But that's because it's a terrestrial orchid. Yeah, but no problem with this guy. He just needs to be topped up with water. Moving on. This plant fell out of his pot this morning, so I decided I was going to film him real fast. All his root tips look good. There's no problem with the root tips. The middle part of the roots are questionable, but that's fine. This one is my Miltonia. Lots of new roots. All the root tips look beautiful. This plant was really struggling until a few weeks ago, so I'm really pleased with that plant. My mounted orchids had no problems. The root tips are fine. This plant that I'm going to pull up, it was practically dead for about a year. It was doing nothing, and all of a sudden it just started making this new growth on the side and this new leaf, and you can't really see the roots, but trust me, they look beautiful. They're fine. No problems, no burning on this one. My Tolumnia, same story. This one is in bark chips and seramis. No burnt roots, no burnt root tips. It looks beautiful. Moving over. I want to show you my keikis. So these three are all from the same plant. These are all sisters. This one has a really bad burnt root tip. You can see, looks really bad. This one doesn't have any burnt roots. All the roots look beautiful. There's no dark spots or anything. This plant has a burnt root tip, but it started to recover. You can see at the end. And this new root on the top is all new. I'm going to move over to my Vanda falcata. It did have some damage. You can see this root got burned. It didn't really recover at the tip. At the bottom of this one, it started to burn, and then it recovered and made a new tip, and it looks kind of funny. If we go to the inside, it made this new root. This one looks beautiful. This one it made quite quickly. I was surprised how fast it made that root. Only a few weeks. This plant is the same. It's a keiki like the other ones, but much older. All of these roots got burned, so all these root tips are burnt really bad. But it grew new little tips, so it like bounced back and started growing more stuff. Yeah, that one's burned pretty bad. Now, their mother plants, Dendrobium baryoto, I'm going to pull it down for you. You can see it didn't have any burnt root tips. Now, I don't know if it's because this one doesn't get watered as much, but it looks fine. So if we go in, you can see all those new tips. They look fine. They look really good. I'm going to spin it around. And yeah, those look good. Those look good. There's a bug because I left the window open. But yeah, looks fine. And what else? So these are the plants that got burned. And they all have one thing in common. So the thing that they all have in common is they're all in seramis or they're all in leca, and they're not in semi-hydroponic. And I don't know why the ones in semi-hydroponic didn't get burned, but that's just the way it was. Maybe the reservoir helped. Also, my stenhodia looks pretty good. Maybe the bark chips are acting as a filter. Maybe the seramis and leca are like holding on to some of the nutrients and then leaching them out later. I don't know, but I do know that most of my plants are in seramis and like a mix of that. So I won't be using this as my main mix, but I did really like the results on some of my struggling plants. They grew roots like crazy, like much better than they had ever done before. So I will be using this once in a while. But yeah, I hope this video helps you, and please comment and let me know if you've had the same results or if you think I'm totally wrong. I don't know. This is just my hypothesis. But thanks for watching. Bye.